Everyone has something to say about it. The positives of, I just got an A in my favorite class. Or the negatives, I just got a D, I hate this class. We've all been there. Some more than others. Some are still stuck there, and some have gotten out of it a long time ago. Because they realize there's college, there's life after middle school, there's life after high school. You just have to work for it. And I can speak from personal experience when I say that it's not easy to stay positive when constantly struggling with the work handed to you. When you have a workload this big, how are you supposed to make it this big? It's not easy. And for me personally, I struggled with it a lot in middle school. I constantly struggled trying to just get a C in English or a D in history if I was lucky enough. It's hard. But the problem was, not because of the teachers, not because I couldn't do it. It's because I didn't think I could. I didn't think I could get to the point of an A or even a C in history. I thought, I got a D in this class. That's all I'm getting. I don't care. It's whatever. I laughed about it. Oh, I just got a 50% on my test. That's hilarious. Well, it's not. One day, I realized I can do better. It all started actually in 8th grade. You know, the year before, freshman year in high school. The year before, everything changed. I thought, colleges are going to see this. Do they want to see a failing student? I mean, I knew I wasn't going to get into some Harvard, but why couldn't I try? Why couldn't I strive for the best? It's not easy, but it was actually the surroundings around me that inspired me. The girl next to me, for example, in my English class, she was praised all the time. She was praised from writing her responses, getting A on her essay. Her presentations were amazing, spectacular, 100% every single time. And I said, I want to be that girl. I want to be the one that gets the A, that gets 100%. I want to be the one that people look up to. I want to be the one that doesn't get laughed at. I want to be the one that succeeds. So, I thought, hey, if she's going to make her extended response 3 pages long, I'll make it 4. That easy. So I strived for it. And that was my fixed mindset, slowly changing gears. The key, the lock in my head was slowly unlocking. And I just needed that click to keep going. And next thing you know, I was one of the best students in English. And I told my teacher, I want to go into honors next year. And she said, well, prove to me you can. So I did. I worked harder. I got my 100% on my presentations. And next thing you know, there I was, 9th grade, honors English. It's hard, but you get there. A fixed mindset does take time. It took a whole year to change my negativity of I don't care and I can't do this, I'm not good enough, to, hey, here I am, 100%, A's, 3.9 GPA. Who knew I can go from a 2.0 to a 3.9? It seems impossible, but it's not. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, I was in orchestra. And 7th grade, I had this teacher that knew I didn't care, knew I wasn't trying. I knew I wasn't trying. So I just laughed and sit in the back with my friends as I was in a second violin. Not the worst violin in the orchestra. But when you're in the very back of the second violins, you're kind of the worst player that is expected to drop out by high school. I knew it, she knew it, we all knew it. So, we didn't get along that well. We didn't click. It's not like we fought or anything, but she's a teacher. I didn't care to listen to her advice. I wouldn't listen to what she would offer, and I didn't take her advice to get lessons or try to memorize the notes. But eventually, I thought, hey, why don't I try? I mean, what can be wrong with memorizing the notes? I don't have to take the time to write them in every time. A, B, A, B. It's not worth it. 8th grade, I got a new teacher. I was like, hey, maybe I can get her to believe in me, and make me first violin. So I talked to her, and she was willing to let me try. She said it all depends on your playing test. So I worked hard for that playing test. I memorized the notes. I made sure my A was not flat. It was hard, and it wasn't easy, because you're coming from here and you're trying to reach for here, and you don't think you can make it anywhere higher than here. But I did it. I changed my mindset, and I got to here. I was first violin, 6th chair, and there's only usually like 8 chairs, maybe 12, in the first violin section. So I wasn't the front of the first violins, but I was close, and that was good enough because I worked to get there. I can work harder, I said. So I got into chamber orchestra. I mean, it was an outside group. I didn't think I'd really make it, but I did. And then high school came again, and I went harder. I was like, if I got this far, I'll keep going. I tried out for symphony orchestra. Made that too. Came 2nd violin in the symphony orchestra. One of the best orchestras you can be in high school. We played from Mozart to Beethoven to Dvorak. It's crazy. But I did it with some thought. So, how does this go with mindsets? How does it go with Carol Dweck's book? Well, mindsets are all around us. Everywhere. In Chapter 8, Changing Mindsets, under the section Beliefs Are the Key to Happiness and to Misery, Carol Dweck talks about Aaron Beck, a psychiatrist who had many different clients and many different experiences. He's heard from the worst stories to the best stories to everything. On page 214 in Carol Dweck's Mindset, The New Psychology of Success book, Aaron states, he suddenly realized it was their beliefs that was causing their problems. It all clicked for him, and he said they would feel a wave of depression or anxiety, and they would say something or think something like, this therapy will never work, I'll never feel better. Guess what? They didn't. It didn't get better. It didn't get easier. It didn't happen. On page 215 in the book, they say, there are 2 implications for learning and constructive action. They say, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? How can I help my partner do better? Notice the difference between the 2. This therapy will never work. How can I do better? This is your growth mindset. This is your fix. You stop caring, you can't do it. You're stuck. But you're not stuck there forever. As I did, anyone else can do. You can get up there. You can change your mindset. But as soon as you're up there, if you don't keep trying, you can lose that mindset and fall right back in. As hard as it was to work up to that, it's just as easy to lose it. I know from experience. I was that 3.9 person. I had the best GPA, top 10% in the whole entire school, 600 kids. Well, at least just in my class. And it all changed. One day, I wasn't getting the 3.9 GPA. I was lucky to get a 2.9. I was turning in work late. I stopped caring. I was crying over a C one day, and next thing you know, I had an F. Because I didn't agree. I thought, I can't do this anymore. I give up. But I'm working towards it again. I'm working towards that 4.0, that 4.2 even, because I know I can do it. I know if I study harder, I know I can work harder. I can get a 36 on the ACT. I can get a perfect score on the SAT. It's possible. But I just have to change my mindset. As you can see, this is a chart from Carol Dweck's Mindset book. This is her example of a fixed mindset, and this is an example of a growth mindset. In this, it says, the fixed mindset leads to a desire to look smart and therefore a tendency to avoid challenges. A tendency to get defensive or give up easily because that's what you're going to want to do. You're not going to want to accept criticism. You're going to see effort as whatever because you don't care. You're going to see criticism and you're going to ignore it. You're going to ignore the helpful feedback because because you're thinking, why are they judging me? It's easy for them, they get A's. Well, it can be easy for you too. The success of others, you're gonna feel threatened. Some people would have taken the girl next to them as a joke in that English class. They would have been like, well, why is she writing so much? What a waste of time. But you could see it a positive way, which leads to the growth mindset. Intelligence can be developed. It can lead to a desire to learn and therefore a tendency to embrace challenges. Instead of ignoring it and throwing it away, you can strive for it. You can persist in the face of setbacks. When you get mud thrown at you, get back up, throw it back, because you can do it. See effort as the path to mastery. If you fail, get back up. Keep trying, because that D can become an A with just a little bit of studying. Learn from criticism. Just don't let it get to you. I know that's easier said than done, but you can work for it. You're not just gonna get an A overnight. Study for a week, study for a month. You know the test is coming, study. Because you can do it. Find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. Use the people around you to help you. Get a friend to help you study and make the flashcards with. It's not going to be easy, but the benefits of changing your mindset is enormous. It doesn't end. Because once you get to that fixed mindset, it's hard to get out of. But it's not impossible. So work hard, strive hard, because you can do it. Because a growth mindset is what makes you